7. I'm going to start in verse 36. One of the Pharisees asked him, that is Jesus, to eat with him. And he went into the Pharisee's house and reclined at table. And behold, a woman of the city, that's a euphemism for prostitute, who was a sinner. When she learned that he was reclining at table in the Pharisee's house, what does she do? Brought an alabaster flask of ointment. Pause. We got to go back in time and understand what this is exactly. What is this? Because this isn't something that you brought over to a house recently, okay? This ointment is actually a very expensive, fragrant, perfumed ointment made up of essential oils. And she brings it. Verse 38, standing behind him. That's the reverence of this woman. At his feet. That's the humility of this woman. Weeping. That is the contrite heart of this woman who knows that she is undeserving to be at a table with the God-man, and yet here she is to come and worship him. She began to wet his feet with her tears and wiped them with the hair of her head and kissed his feet and anointed them with the ointment. There's the oil. Now look at verse 44. By the way, this is after the host is perturbed that this woman is in his house, and he's even nervous that Jesus is letting her so close to him. And what does Jesus say? Turning toward the woman, he said to Simon the Pharisee, do you see this woman? And just stop right there. Because he saw her and he had a heart of judgment towards her. He wanted her out, and Jesus was happy to have her near him. And he says, do you see her? Well, not the way that Jesus sees her. Not with the love that Jesus had for her. Do you see this woman, Simon? And then he gets into the hospitality that she showed in comparison to him. I entered your house. You gave me no water for my feet. That was a typical custom of the time. But she has wet my feet with her tears and wiped them with her hair. You gave me no kiss. That was a typical hospitality custom of the time, a holy kiss. But from the time I came in, she has not ceased to kiss my feet. You did not anoint my head with oil, but she has anointed my feet with ointment, expensive oil. He goes on to say, those who are forgiven much love much. The woman was aware, just as we go through the confession and assurance portion of our liturgy every week, the woman was aware, I'm a sinner, I'm undeserving of the love of God, and yet there's this assurance of pardon that through Christ, through the cross, I have it. It's steadfast. It endures forever. Those who are forgiven much love much. I was at that lunch with my wife, and I was just sharing with her my heart. I said, you know, Beck, I look back at my life and I have so many regrets. It's always been hard for me when I'm talking to someone and they're like, you know, I look back, I got no regrets in life. Life's good and it's always been good and things been pretty good, you know. And I look back and I'm like, man, I got saved at 23. And I look back on my life and I go, man, there's so many things I would have done different, both before my salvation and after. There's many things I just wish I could go back and have a redo, and I can't. I have to rest in the grace and the love of God towards me in Christ, and you do too. The whole point that I'm in pointing out this moment of hospitality in Luke 7 is that while this woman was showing good hospitality towards Jesus, Jesus welcomes us in the same way. He welcomes us, all who come to him in faith, repentant of their sin, but trusting that he has forgiven them in full. He invites us to enjoy a meal, not without him, but with him at his table, prepared by him. So he prepares our meal, he welcomes us with honor, and he fills our cup with joy.